Yo, what's up everybody, it's your boy Slate, aka Mr. Different, back with another video. And yes, I have an SM7B in front of me and the setup looks a little different. Let me guys know if the quality is a little bit better. You're trying out a brand new camera, seeing if we can step up this YouTube gang and stuff like that. So we're gonna see what's up. But anyway, that's besides the point. Today, we're gonna talk about a brand new product. Well, not really a product, more of a, it is a product, but more of a template from the guys at Slate Digital called Oxygen. This is a beat template to kind of get you started with making beats. I'm gonna show you guys how I've been using it, who it's for, all that good stuff. Let you guys know the good and the bad. This video is sponsored by the guys at Slate Digital, but they are not paying me to, you know, promote this all happy, you know, oh yeah, bye. No, they just want me to show it off to you guys, you know. Gotta get some sponsors challenge, how, you know, make sure I can release these great videos for you guys. So we're definitely gonna check that out. But before we get into that, let me just tell you a little bit about Slate Digital and what they got going on. So now the Oxygen is a template for anybody who is a all access bundle user. Now what the all access pass is, basically it is a bunch of plugins that are both analog, digital, like high quality plugins. You get compressors, EQs, limiters, tape saturations, channel strips. You get all kind of plugins inside this, reverbs, delays. It's pretty much a one-stop shop. They also come with a bunch of sound design tools as well, so you can sound design your stuff, mix and master. It's just an all-in-one bundle for a very affordable monthly price or a yearly subscription as well. And you can also buy these plugins individually. If you find a plugin that you really like and you just don't want to lose, you can buy these plugins individually. Now also with the all access pass, you get free templates, both mixing templates and, like I said, the one I'm gonna show you right now is the beat template. You also get a bunch of courses that teach you how to use EQs, compressors. They got a bunch of videos from top mastering and mixing engineers that teach you their secrets and how they use stages of the plugins in their productions. And they also give you a bunch of free drum kits and stuff like that as well. Like I said, this is a all-in-one bundle, so definitely check it out. Links in the description below for the all access pass from the guys at Slate Digital. Thanks once again for sponsoring the video. Let's go ahead and check out the Oxygen beat template for FL Studio and other DAWs as well. Let's go ahead and get to the FL Studio and DAW. All right, so here we are inside of FL Studio, and I'm gonna go over the Oxygen beat making template from the guys at Slate Digital, show you how it used and show you how it's compiled, how to use it. And I'm actually gonna show you a beat with me using it, so you kind of get an idea of like how powerful it is. I'm gonna show you some tweaking and a little bit of that kind of stuff, so you can just see, you know, the power in this template. Like I said, once again, this template is not a, I want to say a do everything type of template. It is a pretty much a beat starter template. Basically it has everything set up for you can just go ahead, be creative, start throwing stuff in there, start messing around, and you gotta worry about setting stuff up. And it's supposed to give you like a good sounding mix or good sounding sounds when you add stuff in there to kind of get you started and inspired to make, you know, some good stuff. So there's that. So first thing I do want to say is that a lot of these plugins are, if you ain't got a really good computer or a really good interface, they are a little bit CPU intensive because there's a lot of plugins on here. So first thing I would definitely recommend is going to the master channel and turn it off the master channel, and also turn it off the inserts as well. And see, the inserts are in yellow, and then turn off the master channel. That would just kind of free up some of the processing power so you can start working. And then you have these different channels here. So first off, how it's laid out, pretty much it has your percussion section, your 808 section, and then your pretty much your sample or synth section. So basically they have different type of percussion kind of mixing already kind of like presets right now. They got one for two type of kicks, a tight and a mean. They have a snare, clap, hi-hat, and then your top loop, which is basically like some kind of loop or whatever. And then they have some 808s, different type of 808s, solid 808, deep, mean, and then of course a respace, because you know respaces are really becoming more popular, and again they're coming back. So yeah, it's good at that. And then they have a sample hype and a synth hype. So sample hype would be if you're doing like a sample type of beat, and then a synth hype would be if you use some kind of synthesizer. Now if you go into each one, so tight kick, it has two different things. So right, this one they have the virtual mix rack, which has a preset that, you know, they use and a lot of industry people help them make and all that good stuff. So just like that, which, you know, I love virtual mix rack, probably my favorite channel strip plugin out there, really dope. So it's already set up for kick. And they also have the kilohertz transient shaper. Now if you do get the all access bundle, it does come with all the kilohertz plugins, which is really dope, and I've been using them for a long time. But you know, now that they come with it, it's kind of dope. So I wish, you know, got this earlier, but it's what it is. So you get all their plugins, which they are really good. That's dope. And for example, if you go to the mean kick, it actually has kind of a different preset for the kick, and it also has like a multi-pass with another kilohertz Smart type of plugin, which has, it's just, as you see, some multi-band transient shaper with distortion plugin, and it have macros up here to do like that. Same for the snare. Snare's got the mix rack, different preset. Then it has MoTT, which is basically an OTT, the OTT version that Slate Digital made themselves, which is really good. Clap, hi-hat, top loop, same different there. Then you get to the 808s, it has a different type of style of presets. So you got some saturation, EQ, compression, stuff like that. You also have MoTT, of course. Reese Bass has some different stuff, has infinite EQ. So there's an infinite EQ plus MoTT, and then Mean has, a little bit of a more aggressive style of multi-pass, and then has the tape. But you just kind of get the example right there. And then as far as like sample height, same thing right there. So you get the idea when you start mixing down. And all you need to do to add in a sample. So for example, you want to add in a kick, you just pretty much pick a kick drum. So I'm gonna go to decap stuff, go to drums, one shots, and then we got, put a kick. Now his stuff's already kind of processed, but hey, who cares? We'll just use it anyway. For example, put it in there, and then boom, we just be like a little loop right here. I don't think that sounds good. As you can see, it's already being routed, which is really good. And if I want to add in a snare, I'm just gonna go back to all, because it kind of switches over real quick. It just does an FLCO thing. And do keep in mind, this does work in other DAWs as well. So we're just throwing this one, so we're putting the snare, and then we're just putting there. As you see, if I mute the process, and you just hear what it sounded like before. And it actually adds some flavor, adds some punch to it, adds some more in your faceness. Like I said, make sure you listen to this inside with the DAW with the speakers or headphones so you can hear. And then I'll just throw on a hi-hat for shits and giggles. Just kind of, so you get an idea. So, and then so we'll just add in this. We'll just add in the hi-hat, and then fuck it, we'll just do like this, just kind of. And like I said, if you add in the actual master process, so this is like with the master on. So you just see it, and it's really good. Listen, I'm gonna go over the master channel when I get into the full beat. There's a bunch of stuff in there, and I also show you how to use these scenes as well. So let me go ahead and switch over to a beat that I made using this template, and then I'll break it down, show you how I mix and process with the template. So let's go ahead and do that real quick. All right, so here we are back inside FL Studio. Let's say just brought up a project of a little beat I made using this template. I'm gonna let you guys hear what it sounds like. We're gonna go to this. Hopefully it plays without being crazy. I'm make sure I got everything on that needs to be on. And yeah, we should be good. So let me just play this little beat so you just hear, what it sounds like using this template, the auction template from, Slate Digital. Okay, let's change the buffer size first. Example, why you want to make sure your buffer size is set high, because these are a lot of plugins that are using a lot of power, and you just want to keep that in mind when you're mixing. You also want to have a high buffer size, and recording, you want to have it low as possible. So you can just kind of hear, what I got going on. Let's see, I'm working on the EP, guys. Don't worry. We're going to do a whole video series about the EP. It's coming. I know you guys wait for it. And this is going to be one of the beats that's going to be on it. One of the tracks going to be on it. So anyway, but yeah, for example, let me just show you like this right here. This is a little sample I used. Pretty much it was MIDI. Then I recorded the MIDI. Then I ran it out of my interface through some guitar pedals to get this sound right here. So here it is. Mangled it up a little bit. As you see, I actually have the synth routed to this auto depth, as you can see. So by taking it off, it kind of takes away what's got going on. And auto depth doesn't have nothing but Verve Sweet Classic, which is a great impulse response reverb, and it also has murder melodies with a few tweaks right there. Just kind of give it a little space. As you hear this before without it. Sounds really mono, sounds really kind of dry. And then just by clicking on the synth and then clicking the little arrow under the auto depth, it's just gonna add some space and reverb to it. This is how you use the scenes inside the FL Studio when you're using this preset. And like I said, if I want to add in another processing, so basically let's say I want to use the moon verb, make sure I'm selected on my clip or whatever the channel is, and then I just need to click down here, moon verb, and I can adjust how much of the reverb I need. You can do the same with the 808. So I think the 808, if I want to solo it, and I can go to this saturated 808, turn it on. I'm going to route it to the saturated 808, and it should give it a little more grit right there. And like I said, once again, with the mix bus, like I said, the mix bus that they got set up is really dope. It has MoTT, which basically just, like I said, an OTT plugin, has some virtual tape machine, a virtual mix bus rack, fresh air, which is, I think, is still free, matter of fact, which is pretty much an exciter plugin, a infinite EQ based off of a famous infinity EQ, based off of a famous mixing engineer's template. If it pop up. It being a little slow right now. Yeah, I know the slow computer days. FL Studio, slow computers. Yeah, they work hand in hand. All right, but yeah, it's a preset right there. That's already, I think it's in here, mastering or something like that. But yeah, it's just a preset that is, made by based off of a famous mixing engineer. And then Slate Digital FGX. Like I said before, without it. I mean, it just sounds big, impactful, and it sounds like it's gonna cut through the mix and cut through small speakers and all that. Like I said, it's a very good template, very easy to use. Like I said, I don't think this is a template that you use and you leave it alone. I think you definitely want to add on to it. Like I said, I just made the beat using this template. Now I'm about to go back and start mixing, changing some things up, adding some stuff in there, and pretty much making it unique. And that's one thing I like about templates. They're starting points. They're not like presets. They're not presets. They get you started and you move away from that. It just kind of gets you in the workflow and get you speed in your workflow and help you keep going without having to think and oh, I need to add this or add that. Blah, 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 blah. It's just like boom, it works. Let it go. It sounds good. Keep moving on. Then come back to the mixing phase. They do more stuff. But like I said, they have more templates like this if you are a all access bundle user. There's the auction, which is for beats, and there's a bunch of them for like lo-fi, EDM, pop, vintage stuff. I mean, they're crazy. There's a bunch of them. That's got videos showing you how to use them. If you want to use it for a different DAW, they do have this. So yeah, that's pretty much my experience with it. Like I said, I think it's a really good template, a really good starting point, and you just kind of build upon that and make it your own. So with that being said, y'all know who it is. Your boy Slate, aka MrDifferent. Not motivated by the money, but the like, comment, subscribe, views. If you enjoyed this video, let me know. If you are an all access bundle user, let me know down below. Also, links in the description below to get all this stuff plus the all access bundle if you decide to go for it. And yeah, let me know what you guys think about it. And now you know what, I'm ready to go. Catch you guys in the next video. I'm out. Peace.